Hello, my name is Amir Richardson, and I decided to do my presentation on the role of communication in enhancing work effectiveness of an organization. This article was published by George Bichetta and Marius Risotto. Communication is the backbone of any organization. It starts from the top down, bottom to the top, doesn't matter. How we speak to each other is going to ultimately result in how we get things done at work. Communication can be used in the formation of teams and achieving valuable performance. The roles of communication need to be taken just as seriously as the roles of management are. Being a manager or leader not only puts you in charge of strategizing and formulating teams, it also makes you in charge of being an excellent communicator. In management, the people should be considered first. Everything you do in an organization has to be about the people that are there. It's simply going to be how the work gets done. It's not about how you say, it's not about what you say, it's how you say it. And that is the foundation of communication. Communication makes possible the interaction between members of the working team. A manager should be able to first establish bridges. As a manager, you are the bridge between those who you supervise over and those above you. You are the bridge of communication. You are the one that's going to set the standard. You are the one that's going to communicate the messages that come from the top all the way to the bottom. You're going to be the ones that bring the problems from the bottom all the way to the top. So as a manager, you are the bridge. You need to be an excellent communicator. A good manager will use great communication in order to convey any message he needs to get to anyone. The concept of communication goes from obtaining feedback to informing the employees to engaging staff in dialogue. It's just a big circle. It goes in any way, either way, it doesn't matter. Vice versa. It's going to go from, like I said, obtaining feedback to informing the employees to engaging the staff in dialogue. Managerial communication must take into account a number of conditions. Some of those conditions include the following: a concise and precise formulation of the message to be understood easily and in full. You need to be able to know your audience and know how to communicate messages. Everybody's different. You need to be able to use the same language that is good for everyone, so there's never a riff. You need to be able to know that everyone is on the same page, everyone heard the same thing, and the message is being conveyed to everyone in the exact same way to avoid any slip-ups. Another condition will be use of common language in transmitter and receiving. Now, this is similar to the point I just made. You need to use the same language for everyone and make sure that everyone is on the same page. If you communicate to one worker differently than another, that's when a rift can happen. And that's when you get into the well I thoughts. The well I thoughts are bad for business. You need everyone to be on the exact same page to avoid any rifts and slip-ups, like I said last. Another condition will be ensuing flexibility and adaptivity of the system and communication to be used in any situation. You have to be flexible as a manager. You got to be able to adapt. Things change all the time. The world is changing all the time. The organization is going to change. What was good in 2019 might not be good in 2023. You need to be able to adapt. You need to be flexible, and you need to be able to communicate and keep your workers grounded so everyone is at the same pace. Everyone can still perform effectively. These conditions can only be achieved through effective communication. Like I've said, it's the backbone of any organization. You cannot have the what ifs. The what ifs will kill the organization. You need to be everybody to be on the same page at all times. According to some authors, communication management is a form of interpersonal leadership. Like I said, you're going to be a leader, you're going to be the manager, you're going to be the top dog. You got to be able to be a people person. People got to like you, people got to want to listen to you, people got to know what you're saying, and you need to know how to communicate that to them. Some concepts of communication process management include communication, leadership, stress management, conflicts, personal development, and dysfunction. You need to be able to have all these concepts down in your repertoire and need to know how to deal with any situation so nothing is thrown to you and get you off your balance. The positive engagement model is also mentioned in this article, and in layman's terms, it goes from innovation, appreciation, connection, achievement, mastery, and well-being. Innovation being creativity, appreciation being optimism, connection being social intelligence, achievement being having the courage, mastery being wisdom, and well-being being able to have that work-life balance. You need to be able to not make people in the organization feel like the work is affecting life too much. Now, yes, you need to get your hours in, you need to be able to do your work, but you need to be able to live life as well. And that can be a problem when it comes to the workplace, because people can get so much into work, whether it's messing up their life, and that can cause mental health issues. So as a manager, as a communicator, you need to be able to have that relationship with your workers, so where they can come to you about these problems, and you can be flexible and be able to adjust and be able to help them. The way we use language to make an organization better is going to ultimately come down to the effectiveness of how you are as a communicator. You can't look to your right and look to your left and look for anyone else. As a manager, if you're the manager, you're the leader, you need to be able to communicate with everyone. Thank you for listening to my presentation.